Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. JoRose@JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I want to share with you numerology and the name Mother. The reason why I'm sharing the name Mother right now is because in the UK, Mothering Sunday is fast approaching, and I thought I would share what being a mother is all about from a numerology perspective. Before I do though, let's understand how Mother's Day started. In the UK, we have a different Mother's Day than most places around the world. And Mother's Day has to do with a religious day. Mothering Sunday was a day not for mothers, but for a day to go to the mothering church. And often people moved away from home for work purposes and got very little time off, or certainly long enough off to go back home to mothers or their hometown because it was too far away. But for Mothering Sunday, the chance to go back to the mothering church, mother, as in the biological mother, would live nearby the church, and it gave everybody an opportunity to go home and spend a day with the family based around mother, and that's how Mothering Sunday became Mother's Day. Not for any other reason, but because it made the connection back with mother, it looked to become a way of celebrating. And so Mothering Sunday, or Mother's Day, was born. So 2 years ago, I wrote a blog about Mother's Day, or the word mother rather, and I want to share some information from that blog. Before I do, let's just have a little look at mothers. So some people can't live with them, others can't live without them. But in all cases, none of us would be here if it were not from them. Somebody taught me that a long time ago when they were sharing with my eldest son that if it wasn't for a mother, not one of us would have the gift of life. And that helped me look at the role of mother so much deeper than I had looked before. And it also helped me realize that no longer are we just a mother, but we are the giver of the whole of the human life as a mother. So let's move on. Women take on a massive life-changing experience to carry a baby from conception to birth. And whether the baby stays with her or not, it's such a miraculous thing or experience between mother and the fertile egg, how it evolved inside her. From this perspective, mothers are the nearest thing to God regarding miracles, and somehow, even when raising children, mums just seem to have that magical inner sense of knowing about her carbs. As the saying going, mum knows best, and she really does, not just with the 5 basic senses, but with other senses far beyond what the human ego concept fully understands. So what happens when we step into the role of a mother? I took a look at the numerology, and the whole name, which is the expression number, came to a 7. And the expression number is about our talents, skills, and the shortfalls of what we need to overcome, or the skills we have to overcome the shortfalls. So let's look at the 7 vibration of mother. And that makes mother someone with an analytical mind. So why do you think mum is constantly looking for ways to solution solve and continually over and over, even when she seems like she's run out of solutions, come back with a new angle, a new directive, or even do the same thing over and over until she finds a new way to do it, is because the 7 will be consistent at keep looking for a new way, a new solution. And mums look for solution for resolution. Now, mums, being the caring energy that they are, is they can be overprotective, and sometimes because the 7 is the least risk-taking number, they are overprotective and they want more information before they let go. So you'll often find a helicopter parenting where the mother runs in, dives in, picks the child up before they fall over, and they've not fallen over, so they don't understand the physical pain. Well, while we think we're helping the child, in one hand, swaddling them in, wrapping them in cotton wool might seem great, but in the other hand, they're not getting a taste of how to stand up on their own. And in most cases, parents do not outlive a child. So there will be a point in life that the child will be on their own. Even if the parents are still living, they're going to school, mum and dad are not there. They're going to work, mum's not there. So they've got to learn to work on their own. So by being this 7 energy, sometimes we can, constrict their mental and emotional energy. What we need to do is use the intuition, and I'll come on to that because the heart energy is 11 too, but we need to remember that the children are not ours. We're just here to guide them until they're ready to guide themselves. Some people say they're just on loan to us, and yes, they are. We are no different. As a teacher at school, we're here to teach them. The difference is we've wrapped an emotional connection around it. And I generally believe that the umbilical cord, while physically cut, metaphorically, it's never cut. And a mother is always connected to the child. And that's why a mother just knows when their child is upset or stuck or thinking about it. That's how a mother is, eyes in the back of the head. The mother just knows. And I think the mother needs to be honoured in her skills of what she does. A mother becomes, a caregiver, a nurse, a teacher, a chauffeur, a chef, a protector, an influencer, a role model, a mediator, counsellor, coach, and she covers topics from education, health, well-being, relationships, finances, life experiences. When a mother is going back to work and she's creating a CV and she says, I'm just a mother, my gosh, no. That CV should be filled with all those job roles, organiser, party, event planner. There is just endless tasks that a mother does, and so little appreciation and gratitude comes back. The mother will constantly, with this 7 energy, look for solutions and put it to the team. The family is the team, and what she really wants is the father, her husband, and the children to come together and make it happen, create the results. And this is where we get a stronger, bonded, connected family. And that's where we see some relationships where, and they seem like fantasies in most of our worlds, where mum and child just get on. And there needs to come a point where mum becomes your best friend. And while that is not when you are a toddler or a teen, but it is as you go into adulthood, where you see each other on equal footing. Because remember, the child is only with you till they're ready to leave. And if you don't start working on that, empty nest syndrome will become a challenge. So moving on, the second number we look at from the name is that the heart energy number, the soul urge, and that in the mother is an 11-2, and the 11-2 is illumination. It is intuition. It is mediator. Oh my gosh, do we mediate as mothers with our children? Yes, we do. Do we mediate with the children, with the school teachers, with their friendship circle? We do. We're often there as a relationship counsellor. When they move into their first or third relationship, they're looking for somebody there to support them. So we add many strings to our bow. And it is this connection, this 7 is very intuitive, the 11-2 is very intuitive, and they're certainly connected to source. And so what I want to say is, as a mother, you should honour the you time, the me time. Take time out. Don't start when you first want to go to the toilet and the little toddler's there, you need to have this personal space. You need to show your children that there should be personal space for you to do things for you to reground yourself. Find time out from being a mother. All this noise with the children, all the play, the interactivity, the toddler groups, the school events, the school fairs, yes, they're all great, but you still need you time, and you cannot lose you whilst you put on the role of being a mother. So take time out. Let your family know you need time out. You know, lock the bathroom door, have a bath. Do put in slots to go out with your friends, and do your best to get childcare so that you and your partner get time off. Now, the last number I want to talk about is the external number, how we show up, the personality number. And in the word mother, it's a 5 energy. And when I think about the 5 energy, I think about the adventure, the variety, the social aspect. It needs to be stimulated. It's communicative and charismatic, and it's a great storyteller. It's very imaginative, and that's when you get down with the children. That's how the children see you, as this leader. And so we embrace this. But what also the 5 energy brings is disruption. And you just think you've got this parenting, this mothering under wraps, and something else comes up. You know, you go from the weaning to the walking to the toddler tantrums to the stepping into school, the friendship challenges, the peer groups, the love triangles, and so on. And the hormones come up. And so mother, the 5 energy of the mother, is there to help you deal with this. What I want to say to the children is mums are doing the best they can with what they have available at the time. And if we could learn to disconnect the emotion with our upbringing, we would see all the lessons and support that our mothers were there teaching us in every single moment. So the 5 will make you a baker one day and a gardener the next day, and you'll be building skyrockets or hospitals, or plane hospitals, endless different activities and variety, because what we're doing there is we're using that to stimulate our child's imagination. And all of this was done before the digital world came. And so this is why mothers are struggling with the digital world, because it's stopping them be the true born teachers and nurturers that they are. So what I want to say is honour your mum. Not just on Mother's Day or birthdays or an occasional day, but honour mum. She doesn't get paid for the job she does. In return, she gets wisdom, she crafts patience, her intuition gets confirmed. She finds gratitude in your results. And when you push her away, you're blocking her from something that she is so deeply rooted and still umbilically connected to. So take time out to call your mum, see your mum, do things for your mum. If you're still at home, clear the house, empty the dishwasher. It's not there. Mum is not the doer of everything. Mum is the nurturer and caregiver and teacher within the family, the team, and you need to come together. So go get that vacuum. Remember the flowers. But most importantly of all, allow mum to be who she really is outside the role of mum. Just like you will go in your life and become something in the career path. You are an adult. They're all labels. But the one of mother, it's so hard to let go of. And it is the one, I believe, most connected to the route to God. And I'm not religious. When I say God, it could be source or creation. But the miracles that Mum made inside her and the miracles she crafts and creates while raising you are second to none. So on this day, Mother's Day, please, please, please find time to go honour your mum. Happy Mother's Day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. My name's Jo Rose at jorose.com. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.